Right, and we are off. It's 8:30. Done the burner, changed the sawdust over, so we're all ready, and we're away. Got a little bit of stuff in that might be a bit too big. Colin's on Daisy, moving a few cages round. The machine's just warming up, so it's getting quicker and quicker. It takes about 5 minutes to properly warm up, 5-10 minutes. Got 2 cages on standby there, and then we're using 2 cages. When that one's filled up, I can move over to that one and just keep swapping. Quite nice sized timber going through, bit of a mix, some and some wood isn't that big, but we need to get through it all. Some of it's just slightly too big for the pallet. As you can see, the machine is now warmed up a bit. We've probably got a 40 centimetre bit of wood going through, maybe 42. And it's going through pretty much the same speed as that smaller bit of timber earlier. Just got an alarm there saying we've got an oversized bit of timber coming in, but it's just where the bend of the wood was. big old knot there, look. The deck. That helps push the next bit of timber in. And then we'll, I'm normally the other side of the timber deck, but we'll section it off with these fingers. Makes it a bit easier. You got some absolutely gorgeous timber going through it, look at that. That is what this machine absolutely loves. And then we've got the offcuts down here that are being discarded. They'll go in this drum. And if you guys, the new subscribers, don't know, we use this for burning in the burner to heat our kilns. So we then dry this or leave it outside to dry. And that will go in the Eco Angus burner, as well as the waste that comes off the other end as well. So nothing goes to waste here at Oak Farm Firewood. Offcut drops down. And this gets discarded. Like that. Making nice, consistent logs with no effort at all. Firewood factory from Firewood, also known as the Firewood factory. Cutting, splitting, cleaning. All semi-automatically off the remote. Well guys, it's never a simple day. A log got trapped in here as it was lifting up. The grippers didn't quite have it and it snapped this connector. I'm going to go down to the shop and ask them to put another end on. I think we've got enough leeway. Very annoying on a Friday. Well, definitely got that Friday curse. We've had it too good for too long. Thought we were going to have a really good day's processing, but I have to admit there was a couple of deliveries that slipped my mind, so I had to go and do them. More trade, farm shops and stuff. So I did those. Got gas for the forklift because we've got a wholesale load going out tomorrow. I just thought we'd have a really good day, and we've had a pretty good day. But then, 2:30 on a Friday afternoon, pipe's gone. Now that's the second time it's done that. The grippers kind of miss it and the log falls on a pipe, and it's a 90 degree, quite thin and fitting. It just bends it round, and that was it. It started leaking, started shooting oil everywhere. So I'm off now to a local mechanic. He does pipes as well as agricultural machinery. Really nice local old boy who I only started using about 6 months ago, but for just going to grab a pipe quick, it's less than 10 minutes down the road. It's ideal. He's got most of the parts in stock, most of the fittings, whatever. So yeah, it works really well, and fingers crossed we'll get up and running and do an hour or so more processing this evening. It's 3 at the moment. So I don't know what time we're going to be back by the time he's, you know, made it up. But I'm hoping he can just cut the end of the pipe off, put a new fitting on. We've still got enough slack in the pipe, well, I don't have to buy a new pipe. If it gets to the point where the pipe isn't long enough, I'll get him to make up another one and make it, say, 6 to 8 inches too long, and then we've got a good few goes on that pipe before we have to change the whole pipe again, because realistically the pipe is the expensive bit. Yes, the fittings aren't cheap on the end, but if you don't have to replace a pipe every time that goes, it's gonna be a big saver. I have taken a picture of the other fitting on the other end of the ram, and that's got a solid 90 degree, and then it's got a straight fitting straight into that 90 degree. So I'm going to see if it's got one of them solid 90 degrees in stock, and we'll give that a go. I'm not too sure why it didn't come from Firewood like that. Maybe there's a reason, and maybe we'll find out. But if, as I say, if that works, it will be a lot stronger and a lot less susceptible to being hit by a log. And if it does, it should deal with it. Alright, good morning guys. It's 8:40. We had a bit of a sort out this morning, so we should have a nice, good day. The processing, as you can see, the Firewood factory, it's just warming up. It's getting quicker and quicker every minute. Get it all thinned out a little bit. I've just brought loads of timber down, so we've got a full timber deck, we've got some on the floor, and we've got a trailer full. So, fingers crossed it'll be alright for a while. Plenty of cages to go at. Going to tackle this lot here first, and then we're going to move over to here and start using them up. And we're just making a big wall. It's really nice actually, it's allowing a big turning area inside the yard. That stuff on the left that was all a bit bendy and I don't know, wasn't that nice? So we've been tackling that, which slowed up production a little bit, but we are still making progress. Now we've got 2 cages in there that are very nearly, well, one's full, one's very nearly full. So that means we're going to have to make 7 more to finish this row, and that will be 200 cages in stock. We've got through all the cages over there, and we've been even using like the worst ones for tops. So obviously they're not nice and straight and got good feet on for the bottom, because we want it to be as safe as possible. But we've been putting them on the top, so we've been using as many cages as possible. We've obviously still got quite a few that are not good enough for my liking, and the wooden ones I like to use for kindling nets. So we've still got, I don't know, a dozen or more bad ones, but this is all we've got in the yard. We've got some at the second depot still, but we're cracking through it, we really are. We don't actually have as many cages as I thought. We've got a kiln load of 30 in there. We've got quite a few in there, I suppose. We've got 8 on the trailer, and we've actually got quite a few with kindling rings in, softwood rings for the kindling machine. So I don't know, I'll have to have a full count up when everything's full, but we've got 200 cages, well, we nearly do have 200 cages of basically pure ash hardwood logs. And the sun is just coming out. It's been really bad all day. It's been pouring down. It really has. But look how much space we've got in the yard now. That's the difference between stacking cages 2 high and 3 high all over the place with gaps in between, and in a rush. When they're stacked up 4 high, nice and neat, look at the difference. So hopefully that sun stays out now. It's meant to be nice, really nice next week. The aim of the game, like I said, by the end of February, to fill up all the cages. Now we're not going to quite do it, but we're only really going to have in the yard, ready to go, maybe 20. So we've done pretty well. Next week's nice. I've ordered bags. They should be here this week. And we're going to start filling up depot 2, because all the time the sun is shining, I want to be filling bags. If we then have a wet day and it is raining, we'll go back onto cages and finish off the rest of the cages. So that's how we're going to work through March and April. And we should have the depot 2 filled up and all the cages filled up by the end of April. And might be able to have a little bit of break over the summer, all depending how busy the barbecue and pizza market is, as well as campgrounds and stuff. So yeah, might be able to get on with some jobs around here. We've got a little bit more concrete to put down. It is an absolute bog down here. We're really struggling to get round to the sawdust with the forklift now, just where it gets tore up by the digger. The water comes down the track when it rains, sits here and then goes down there. So yeah, awful. We'll dig all this out and put concrete in and join it all up to where the container is. But then we're going to move the container over to where the grafter is and make a little bay. But that's going to be a full drying area. South facing. Wind typically comes from southwest over there, just on the other side of the grafter. So it's blowing through, plus south facing, sun rises there and runs all the way over and sets there. So that is the prime place to be drying logs in cages. It's just how we work. It's all a bit of a process. Timber is obviously staged up there, comes down. The digger hasn't got to go on any of this nice concrete here. Obviously when that is concreted, they will be going on the concrete, but for now we keep the mess up there. Stage the logs, bring them down onto the timber deck, currently through the Firewood factory into bay 2. Forklift brings it out, we stage it here for drying, and then it's not far to run straight into the kiln. And obviously this is the storage area for dry product at the moment. So minimal movement, and if we do move anything, it's via forklift or digger. Just trying to keep manual labour down to a minimum, and obviously keeps production up. We have produced 200 cages, well, very nearly, in 6 working days with 2 people. So I don't think that's too bad. Right, let's crack on and get these last 7 done. Right guys, thank you all for watching. As you can see, we've got 1,500 bags that's been delivered by DAPAC already for second depot production, and season bulk bags for winter 2025 to 2026. We're making good progress. I may have messed up a little bit of timing on the last video because you saw the first load getting dropped off, but there's loads more content of us filling up the second depot, as well as I get a mulcher in for a hire for the weekend, and I do some shrub clearing on the farm itself, so that's quite cool. Did lots of content on that. I've also got a new product that is selling quite well in the spring, so keep an eye out for that video. Yeah, there's lots of processing. We're doing really well. I'm just getting caught up with a bit of editing now, so hopefully the videos will be a little bit more regular and less distance between the videos themselves. So I apologize for that quite large break we had. The business just went a bit crazy again and I didn't have enough time. Oh, before I forget, we do actually make some serious upgrades to the Firewood factory. It's helped production massively, and I think all you guys that like to make things as automated as possible and streamlined as possible, may get some ideas from what we've done. So it took a little bit of trial and error. I was going to put it in this video, but it was going to be far too long. So the next video will probably contain us doing the improvements, or at least starting the improvements. But yeah, it's been an absolute game changer, and we're actually making a bag every kind of 3 minutes when we're actually processing. So it's brilliant. If you've got any guesses, maybe drop them in the comment section below. I may have done a bit of a teaser on an Instagram, so if you guys follow the Instagram, you may have seen it already. But yeah, thank you all for sticking with the channel. Hopefully a few more videos coming now. So yeah, subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the bell for notifications. If you did like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. It really helps the channel grow. If you didn't, then well, hit the thumbs down button. It's all good. That's another order. So yeah, sales are still going out. I better crack on, and I shall see you guys in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.